Hello, welcome. What you're about to see is not for the faint-hearted. What you're about to see is what I like to call the scary doors. Good luck.
Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts, and sorry guys, I want to upload this episode from the Twilight Zone yesterday, but I fell asleep. So, we're filming it right now, and it was another banger, I can tell you that. The last episode of the Twilight Zone was another banger. Even though I'm uploading this today, we're still gonna upload Squid Game Season 1 Episode 1 also today. So, subscribe to the channel if you want to see Squid Game. Because, I'm not gonna do that for, we're gonna watch tomorrow. No, I want to watch it today because I want to start Season 2. I want to go to Season 2, but first we have to go through Season 1. So, we're gonna start today. That said, let's just start with the episode from the Twilight Zone. We see a woman during an exercise. Yeah, and we see then another woman with a clipboard and a guy standing there. We see a woman walks past the camera, so we follow her. Here the camera goes to the left while she's walking towards the left, and she stops at a guy and she talks a bit to him. Then we see a guy in a wheelchair, pushed by another guy. And we're not following them. They go to the right, so the camera goes to the right. They stop, and because they were being approached by a woman, they talk a bit to them, and the woman helps the man out of the wheelchair. They take a few steps. Well, after obviously she greets him, hello, blah blah blah. Obviously it's not just she walks up to him and then grabs him immediately out of the chair. No, she obviously she talks a bit to him first, and then she grabs him out of the chair. So he's standing up now. They walk together very slowly towards the treadmill, and there she stops. She walks to the other side, and he on his own very slowly puts his body on the treadmill. First his first leg, and obviously his second leg. Otherwise it's maybe a bit hard to walk if you just have one leg. It's not really walking, it's more hinking. And I don't mean, oh yeah, I don't have one leg. No, you have probably a prosthetic leg, so you still have two legs. But I mean, if you legit have just one leg, it's probably just hard to walk, without a prosthetic. It's probably very hard to walk. So, that's why I said obviously with two legs. Even though if one of them is prosthetic, you still have two legs. I see two legs. Maybe not from flesh, but still, two legs. You got no leg, Lieutenant Dan? Anyway, magic legs. Anyway, so he gets on, and then she asks him, "Are you ready?" He's ready. So, boop. She turns on the machine. Obviously, the treadmill starts to go. He steps very slowly, well, slower than what I'm now doing. Then says, okay, she turns a bit higher. Okay. Then, okay. I thought, what the fuck are you doing? And now he's basically running. Bitch, he was just a second ago in a wheelchair. Why the fuck is he running on a treadmill? Shouldn't he be, I'm no doctor or nurse, or I don't work in the medical field, or I haven't studied anything from the medical field really, but should you do it a bit easier, just calmer, instead of just a minute ago I sat in a wheelchair, now I'm running on a fucking treadmill. Without, without being strapped onto something that keeps him upright without falling over. Obviously you have some people that are also in the wheelchair that can walk. I don't say that people in the wheelchair can't walk, but some people can walk, not for a very long time, but I don't think they can really run on a treadmill. I think. Overall, this episode, they ended it with a fucking cliffhanger. You know, like I said, some of these episodes are so fucking good that you just don't want them to end, or you want them to be longer. And this episode, I definitely wanted it to be longer because you could have made something from this episode. It was, yes, this episode definitely has some potential to make it longer, in my opinion. So definitely go watch this episode yourself. I left the link for the whole playlist from where I watched this Twilight Zone version on YouTube. I left the playlist link down below in the description of my playlist from the Twilight Zone. So go to my playlists, click on the Twilight Zone, click on the link, and go watch the whole Twilight Zone yourself in order, or watch them out of order, whatever you want to watch it. But definitely subscribe to their channel because they did an amazing job by bringing this Twilight Zone towards YouTube, towards on YouTube, more like. Because without them, I couldn't watch this. Yes, I had to buy the Twilight Zone in physical form and then watch it, and I don't even know if that would work with my current laptop that I'm watching the movies on. This episode overall just gets a 5 out of 5 because they ended on a fucking banger. This episode was a fucking banger and they ended on it. They could have done a shitty episode, as last one, but they didn't. They ended it on a fucking banger, so I'm really glad with that we could wrap it up with a good episode, of a really good episode, because this was, like I said, definitely a 5 out of 5 worthy. So go watch the episode yourself, leave likes, recommend a good show down below in the comment section. Like I said, we're gonna start with Squid Game from today on, so subscribe to the channel if you want to see the whole Squid Game series. Come to the channel, subscribe to the channel, come join Discord, and see you guys next time. Bye. We're gonna watch Junior. That will be uploaded maybe around 12, so in 5 hours maybe. After that, we're gonna watch the movie Star Wars Episode 7, and obviously the first episode of the first season of Squid Game. Bye.